Aloha Spirit Chant. Aloha is a promise that the sun will shine again, bringing fresh hope and dreams with each new day that begins. Aloha is the sunlight shining through the darkness, giving strength to all we do. Aloha is His grace, walking in the sunlight, feeling the beauty of life. Feeling the beauty of life, Aloha is the helping hand, His warm and comforting voice. It is peace be with you. In love and forever, Aloha is the mind and the heart. It is perfect harmony. It's tenderness and love, deep in the heart of Hawaii. Aloha is Hawaii. Hawaii is aloha. Hawaii is aloha ya oi, I love you. Aloha au ya oi o Hawaii, I love you.
A native Hawaiian from Canadian school. Makes me wink when I hear singing. This is Kabai Ole Ake Ali'i Kiri Lu. She recited a poem by a woman named Pilahi Paki. And here's the best photo we have of her now. But if you Google Aloha Spirit Law Pilahi Paki, you'll see many pictures of her, and you'll see videos of her. And you can look at this later if you wish. So, this is a caricature of Pilahi Paki that was done by my son-in-law, Andy Guritz. It's the only piece of art that's not mine in this presentation. But it's a wonderful caricature of another photo of her. And Pilahi Paki has two questions. The first question is, what is aloha? What is aloha? And the other question is, who am I? Who is she? Well, this painting here is a vision I had of her vision. It's a vision I'll tell you about in a moment, but it's got all the support of all the kahunas on all the islands, and especially this kahuna, Auntie Emma DeFries, who was the spiritual guide for PKO Tek Ka'alawi Ohana. And this is, Iolani Luahini, who is the master of the ancient hula. And she's had a vision in 1970, and this is a world that's dripping in oil and blood. So I'll tell you about the vision, but first I want to tell you a little bit more about Pilahi Paki. This is kind of a milestone painting of hers. Hold it up. She was born in Kaanapali in 1910. She was trained as a kahuna in Makawao and given the title Keeper of Hawaiian Secrets and passed the knowledge. And then she became a kumuhula and many more things. She became a Lomi master and translator and linguist, a messenger, a pro-activist for Aloha Spirit, a kahuna, a keeper of Hawaiian secrets, a healer, a philosopher, a writer, a songwriter, a chanter, a poet, and a visionary. And she had a vision in 1970, and this is a miniature of the bigger painting. Her vision was that the world would be in terrible strife in the 21st century, and that everyone in the world will look to these islands, to the Aloha Spirit, to heal the world. So, I have to ask the question, is the world in terrible strife in the 21st century? Yes. I think I can probably get a unanimous on that. But I have to show the art anyway.
Oh.
In 3,500 years of world history, there have been 300 years where there were no wars. And there, in this history of ours, there's been up to 1 billion people have died on the planet. And 200 million died in religious wars. This year, 20 million men, women, and children will die from starvation. And 1 billion, almost 1/6 of the planet, will suffer hunger, isolation, and poverty. This is about human trafficking. And the statistics are not easy to listen to. 75% are women and girls that are sold into sexual slavery worldwide today. Others are put into forced labor. 65 million people are displaced today. 25 million of them are children that become easy prey to the human trafficking. There are children that are getting murdered for their organ parts, for organ transplants. There are children being mutilated to become better beggars, inspire more sympathy. And there are other abuses of women that are not from human trafficking. Here in some nations, a woman's testimony is worth half of a man's. So she can never win a rape case. In this box, 14 million preteen and teenage girls are sold or forced into forced marriages, arranged marriages with older men every year. 14 million. And on the average, 1 out of 3 females worldwide have been sexually abused. And in 2018, no woman has the same equal rights as men in any nation. The one that comes closest to coming toward that is Iceland, with 87% equality. Then we have the problem, worldwide problem of bigotry. And of course, here is the symbol of bigotry, because he persecuted particularly Jewish people. Really, 2/3 of the Jewish population of Europe. And we know the stories of the Holocaust and the ovens and all that. He's not the most evil, maybe, leader in the world. Stalin was pretty evil himself, but he was a symbol. Because this is a war that killed 80 million people. The biggest war, the biggest casualties of all. And of course, bigotry takes so many forms. We know about the KKK. They came into being when the slaves were released or freed. And since then, there's been 4,000 lynched, black African American lynched since then. And of course, they also target Catholics, gays, Muslims. They want them to be just like them. Thank God there's only a small amount. And of course, in the U.S., when the founders of the U.S. Declaration of Independence declared that all men are created equal, it did not include females at all, just white males. The next abusive world problem is animal abuse. 150 billion animals are murdered each year for human benefit, for food, for hunting, for euthanasia, for fashion, and for laboratory experiments. In the fashion industry, 1,500,000,000 animals are murdered for their furs and their hides. In laboratory experiments, there's often a repeated experiment just to get the grant. And the same experiment, the same result, just torturing more animals. That is animal abuse. And of course, we have the problem of all the environment. And much of it is man-made. The global warming we're contributing, the excessive use of oil, excessive use of resources, on and on and on. And all these problems can be summarized by a doomsday friend of mine who I asked to summarize the 21st century. And so I started with it with a painting that I had done before called Mother Earth is Pissed. So the poem is entitled Doomsday Dick's Summary of the 21st Century. Mother Earth is pissed, global warming insists, Earth's resources depleted, speedier and speedier, human conflict casting incredible disasters, food monopolies, animal atrocities, rainforests disappear, polluted water and air, addictions, convictions, capitalism is a theory that has failed humanity and created global disharmony. Prisons are sadistically obsolete. Uber violence repeats. Military costs are obscene. Sports and entertainment, temporary distractions to hide top-down diabolical actions. World economies are going down. The human race is near its end. It is the trend. I don't think so. I think Pilahi Paki had it right about her vision that the world is in terrible strife in the 21st century. I also believe in the other half of her vision that we can heal the world. So, a little more history. She took her vision to the 2000 Governors Conference in Honolulu that was held in 1970. She stood up and shared her vision and pled for everyone to use the Hawaii to teach and use and apply the Aloha spirit to the rest of the world. So from that action of hers, a law resulted, the Aloha spirit law. And to read this law, it was dictated by her. I want to invite Kawai again to read the Aloha spirit law using native Hawaiian pronunciation, not mine.
Aloha spirit is the coordination of mind and heart within each person. It brings each person to the self. Each person must think and evoke good feelings to others. In the contemplation and presence of the life force, aloha, the following unihi laula loa may be used. Akahai, meaning kindness, to be expressed with tenderness. Loakahi, meaning unity, to be expressed with harmony. Olu olu, meaning agreeable, to be expressed with pleasantness. Ha'aha'a, meaning humility, to be expressed with modesty. Ahonui, meaning patience, to be expressed with perseverance. These are traits of character that express the charm, warmth, and sincerity of Hawaii's people. It was the working philosophy of native Hawaiians and was presented as a gift to the people of Hawaii. Aloha is more than a word of greeting or farewell, or a salutation. Aloha means mutual regard and affection and extends warmth towards others in a caring with no obligation in return. Aloha is the essence of relationships in which each person is important to every other person for collective existence. Aloha means to hear what is not said, to see what cannot be seen, and to know the unknowable.
Beautiful.